What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Overdose. I'm your host, Don Jaye. Today, I'm joined with a special guest, a returning guest. Introduce yourself.
I is Gabrielle.
All right, Gabrielle. Today's video we are doing is Kevin Samuels' Average Women Want High Value Men. Now, before we get started the video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you don't, you have a high chance of having a small dick. Where can I find you?
Sweetest things I never said.
All right. Before we even jump in, what are your thoughts about average woman wanting the top of the top guys? Because I know that's probably a pandemic.
Well, okay, so I know what makes a high value man.
Which is what? What is your definition of high value man?
My definition of high value man, great job, great mind, a good head on his shoulders, and has his shit together. Has a house, has a car.
Does it have to be a house?
Has a good savings account.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be a house, but
okay. If you was to put numbers on it, how much does this guy make a year?
close to six.
Close to six what?
Figures.
6 figures. Okay. Okay. Cool. And I'm guessing in shape.
Yes.
Because you say nothing about that.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
He treats his body well, like he's mind, body, and spirit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. And do you think that average women want the top of the line guys? Because that's always a conversation.
So an average woman
Yes.
is like half of what we just said.
No. So the average woman is, well, I guess if you was to equate it to that, then yes. But I'm talking about like average 5, right? To put it in numerical terms, a 5 wanting 5s, like a guy that's a 5, meaning he's not super duper in shape. He's he's just average. He's just an average dude.
I don't know. I feel like some women know like their range. So I haven't seen average women wanting high value men.
You sure? You must be
wanting to like hook or like thinking that they could really
both.
One.
I've seen both. I keep seeing both actually. I keep seeing that these women, even though they average, they want the top of the line dude. So they fuck them, they cook them dinner. I'm sorry, they give them stuff, they whatever. They do what they gotta do to try and get them and try and keep them. You don't see that, is what you're saying.
Yes, I do see that.
Okay, my question to you, and I guess since you represent female right now, from your perspective, why do you think that is? Instead of just staying in your lane versus staying in your lane and having someone that's going to be more.
I think that's the animal instinct in us, is to like want the prize, so to further our lineage in a certain way. Like it's an animalistic type of thing.
I would actually agree with that. All right, but let's jump into the video and see what Kevin has to say.
Right. I mean, when I look at most successful marriages, there's usually a higher calling in that marriage. It's not about who's sleeping with who.
The family crest.
Sometimes the guy's messing around, sometimes the girl's messing around.
Yes.
And sometimes they both know about it.
Yes.
But there's children at stake. There is a business at stake. There is legacy at stake. So they put aside whatever temporary things go on and stay together because there's a bigger picture here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't quite get that. And I think a lot of people go into marriage saying, okay, I'm attracted to this person right now. I'm sexually attracted. I like sleeping with a person. But at some point, that's probably going to fade away.
Yes.
And then what do you have? And if the relationship is just based on sex, it's just not going to last. Not forever.
Nope.
You'll have a good run. But at some point, you're
Oh, okay. Before we go, because it looks like Kevin's about to speak, what are your thoughts so far on that? Because that was a lot to take in. Meaning, like, even though the relationship might not be good to where you want to be sexually, he might step out, etc., they still stay together for the family's sake, for the kids' sake, etc. What are your thoughts?
I mean, you said the family crest. I believe in that. Like, I mean, that's the whole agreement of partnership is like, regardless of whatever you grow into, we're going to stay loyal to the family. Like, I think that's the way it's supposed to be, especially with knowing it. Like, if I know that you're doing your thing, you know I'm doing my thing. Like I said before, for me, it's always about the lies. If you're lying, I don't like that. But if we understand each other and we're doing what we do.
Okay, what if he's like, I want to do what I want to do, but you can't do what you want to do, and I'm being honest and do what I do?
Well, you can't do what you want to do until you get to a place where I can do what I want to do. The hell?
All right, let's continue.
This is 2021.
No thanks.
You're left with a person. And I think what also happens is, in the same way that women are quote unquote groupies of certain types of men are groupies for certain types of women.
Okay.
So men will pursue, how I said earlier, the hot girl. You know, Lori Harvey is the hot girl right now. Chloe Bailey is one of the hot girls right now. You love the idea of that person. You see them on Instagram. There's a lot of Photoshop and filters that go on with that. That's not really how the person looks.
Nope.
That's not really how their body or face really looks. You don't really know what their personality is like. You don't know what their habits are like. So you want to, and I'm not just talking about the big, whoever that is in your life. Maybe it's the local hot girl in your high school or your college or whatever. You get obsessed and you become a groupie of this person, and then when you finally deal with that person, you realize
it ain't all
I was just in love with the idea.
Right.
Okay, I know we're gonna do a whole live on this topic, but I do want to touch on it briefly. Is that what the same thing as your occupation?
Yeah. I mean, I don't promote it that much. So it literally only happens like inside the thing where they like pursue you, swear that they're in love with you. And then they start to like get past that fogginess. And then they're like, oh,
You're different.
you're
It doesn't always, is that always a bad thing?
real person. You're not
Gotcha.
just this like sex symbol. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, got you. And then for you personally, have you had this experience with guys that you're dating? Like you just put them on a pedestal, I'm guessing.
1000%.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think we talked about this months ago, where like there's guys that I'm like, oh, you're sexy, you're a high value man, blah 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 blah, and then we get into it, and a few months in, and I'm just like,
Okay. What are those? Name me one thing that's like a turn off that you see that when that happens.
the self-centeredness.
The self-centeredness.
Yeah.
Like give me an example.
Genuinely believing that the world should revolve around you.
Okay, but hold on. I do got to push back on that, because if you are a guy who making over six figures, who created his whole business, etc.,
You should always maintain a level of humbleness that makes you approachable, that makes you warm, that makes you,
Okay, so it's cool if your guy is like friendly in a sense.
not friendly. Like, I don't want you friendly with everybody, but I'm saying like with me, you shouldn't. Who you are outside in that world, that's awesome. You're King Kong, awesome.
Okay.
Inside here, you got to put that shit somewhere else.
Hold on, I do want to touch on this really quickly. This is a little bit off subject, but I do want to touch on this really quickly. I don't understand. I'm asking you as a woman from your perspective, but I don't understand why women think that we can turn on and off certain things.
Because we can.
What do you mean?
guys have to evolve to that.
What do you mean? So again, for example,
I'm able to turn off Bonnie.
Okay. Really? Are you really though? Like
Yeah,
honestly?
1000%.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So I'm able to turn off being a mom. I'm able to turn off, whatever kinky things that happen in the bedroom. Like I'm able to turn off certain sides of myself to be present for certain things.
Okay.
And if you're not able to turn off the King Kong that's out there in the world, that's a turn off for me, because it represents the fact that you're unable to be centered, you're unable to be truly grounded. You're
Gotcha.
really high up here rather
Okay.
than right here.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense what you're saying on paper, but in practice, it
takes practice.
Got
It's
you.
hard.
Got you. Yeah.
It's very hard.
I wouldn't even say hard. I would say that's a deep fundamental thing of who you are. So for instance, here's another example. Like if you are a male who have a high sex drive and you get with a woman, and all that sex drive that you have for a variety of women, you focus it all on one woman, and you want to have sex multiple times all the time, blah blah blah, but the woman is like, it's too much for me, blah blah blah. How can you as a woman blame the guy? I think there was a podcast about this actually, but how can you as a woman feel like it's like annoying or a thing that you have to do if monogamy is what you wanted?
I can't really relate to that because I feel like certain things are negotiable for me.
Okay. Ooh.
So if you are used to just having multiple stimulations, and then it's just us, for me it's the emotional thing. You can go have fun. If I can't keep up with you, then we need to sit down and have a conversation like, babe, you can't keep up with me. That's my truth. Da, 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 da.
Got you.
I won't go be emotional with other people. I'm not going to go have another family or nothing, but you can't keep up with me, babe. So what can we do next?
I got you. Okay. All right. Makes sense. All right, let's move on.
Other women aren't like that, but that's why guys need to be honest about who they are.
Yeah, again, that sounds good on paper, but if we were to be more honest and girl, like, I don't want you no more than I've literally heard women on the show come on the show and say out their mouth, if a guy thinks about other women, that they don't want to be with that guy no more. And in my head, I'm like, bitch, all guys think about other women. Like, I don't know where you think this is like a fairy tale.
I think of other guys. I'm bisexual, so it's like, it would be ridiculous for somebody to expect me to like only them and that's it. It's like, no, I mean, I'm not going to go step out on you. I'm not going to betray trust, but I'm going to be honest and be like, I like bitches. Maybe we can negotiate where I'm not having sex with other men, maybe, but if you're going to be out there, I want to play too.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know right now, most guys not going to be open. It's going to be open for them, closed for you. All right, but let's get back on something.
That's so childish.
Okay.
As opposed to the reality of it. Like, for example, I think that's what happened with Kim and Kanye. I think Kanye loved the idea of having the hottest chick, out there, the most desirable woman, period, who I think, and Kim, I think really changed the way we look at beauty. Before Kim, a voluptuous
they give Kim way
white girl
too much.
wasn't really celebrated.
You said what?
They give Kim way too much.
Way too much what?
Credit.
For like the
he
beauty
just said
standards?
that she changed the way that we look at beauty. No. No.
I mean, they definitely influence. You gotta say that they influence the way people. Why you looking at me like that? What the fuck? Most people would agree that they play a role in beauty standards.
Maybe for men.
Got you.
Maybe they did. I mean, I feel like I have to give the credit to Kanye and his creative brain in putting Kim in certain arenas for her to be noticed and him styling her. Anyways, whatever.
I'm about to say, let's get off subject. Let's get back on subject.
Don't get me started
We're
on
limited
them.
on time right now.
Celebrated like that.
Right.
Not really, not all across the board.
Well, I would put it one, I wouldn't be surprised if they get back together. Put a pause there. Because they have so much stuff outside of what they already have. And you have, from what I understand, Kanye is a bit of a complex personality.
Oh, yeah.
So if she's able to deal with him, I get to talk to more women who have been on the side of that 8, 9, or 10, even the adjustable 6 or higher, who have had access to all these men, and they're saying, I wish I'd have stayed with the guy I met earlier. And what we're ultimately doing is we have these conversations about, I have that conversation about sex. All right, what are you willing to give up if attraction wasn't there? And see, the conversations we tend to have are conversations that are about longevity, not just the short-term stuff. And because those things aren't being talked about a lot, it makes us a viral moment, some interesting conversations. But I think what we're doing more than anything else is getting the conversation started between men and women. And the refreshing thing about my show is it is obvious that men want women. They want to be married. And it's obvious that many women are saying, I want to have a relationship. We just don't know how. We've had the last 40, 50 years tout the individual, tout do what you want, live your best life, and that kind of stuff. And see, how do we correct this to get the outcomes you possibly want if you want something different? And that's what it really comes down to. I talk to a lot of women. What do you want? I don't judge what it is you want.
Okay, let me just pause right here before we finish up. What do you want? What do you want? As a woman, truly as a woman, what do you want?
In a relationship.
Yes, obviously.
I want unconditional understanding and patience. And I want to travel.
Wait, that's it? What the fuck?
And
so the guy can be ugly, he can be cheating on you, he can be...
Unconditional understanding, meaning like, you respect me, I respect you. So
Okay.
no, there's not cheating.
Okay.
Because you have unconditional understanding and respect for me.
Okay.
And vice versa. So yeah, no underhanded stuff. And traveling and good sex and good liquor.
Sounds pretty basic. So
being able to travel, especially with my kids, like that's 4 people traveling. So you got to be able to have a good bank account to do that.
Okay, so now we getting somewhere.
But yeah, so it's simple stuff, but yeah, you have to have certain things in order to
accommodate.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Now the last thing I want to say, touch on, I don't know for sure if guys just want to get married out here like that. I mean, I know we had this discussion before and the video went pretty big about me, you, and Kevin Samuels when we did the other reaction, about the marriage thing. I'm going to stick to what I say. Guys should not be getting married unless it's something that's truly beneficial to them. And that's, I'm gonna die by that shit. But what are your thoughts?
I think the same thing with women. Like,
but you do win. You win a lot of different ways, actually. The guy's monogamous to the girl. The
girl is monogamous to the guy.
Yeah, but you are not changing your nature to enter in a contract.
Some women are just as sexually driven as men.
Sexually driven and sexual variety is 2 different things, though.
What in the fuck?
Yes. So you can have a high sex drive, but just for one person.
No, I'm saying there's plenty of women that have the same sex drive as men, where they want variety, they want sex.
Got you. And I would call those hoes. And I would call those people that are not in the right frame of their mind. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna be. Put me on blast. I don't care.
Shit he's ever said.
I don't care right now. I'm just speaking that truth right now. If you, as a woman, right, you are literally designed to look for quality in guys. So for you to go against that, to me, that means something in your mind is messed up. It is what it is. Don't get me wrong though. We all love.
It's his show, so I'm gonna let him do his thing.
What are your thoughts? And then we can finish up. Cause I want to finish up. We only got like 2 minutes. Come on.
For me, I told you, like, I had kids. I was upset, angry, and so when I was looking to build a family, I was literally looking at it not from an emotional love, oh, you're sexy and handsome. It's like DNA, okay, drive, okay, decent family, okay. Let's make some kids. I was never in love with that man.
I got you, but I'm not even speaking from the love part. I'm just saying that on average, women are much more quality driven and much more lower numbers than men are when it comes to sexual partners. So if you as a woman are out here like you as a man, it's, to me, that means something is mentally wrong with the way you think
there
as a woman.
There is an imbalance, is what you mean.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Not that you're a hoe, just means
you still a hoe. Don't get it twisted, but go ahead.
We don't slut shame around here.
You're right. We love these hoes too. All right, let's continue.
Judge any of that, but can you get it? And as much as we talk about high value men, I also have a very thing that I really dislike is when women come onto my show and crap on average guys. That happens every week, and that's when I tend to get upset, because I'm sitting here being told you have to say it this way or that way, or you shouldn't say this, or you shouldn't say that. But then you have women who are looking at men who are firefighters, policemen, military, computer programming, science, engineering, technology, and math. They're calling them lame, corny, goofy, dusty, this, that. Average guys getting crapped on, and I'm like, now wait a minute. Everybody can't be this high value man. There are only so many of these guys. What about the rest of them?
Right.
And when we can make average guys cool and make average looking women who are average looking or cute women who are cute women not feel like they're losing something or settling or getting with people who are around their same level, then we got a little progress.
Oh, I like that.
I agree with that. I feel like firefighters, policemen, technology nerds, like, to me, those are very sexy men. Like, I love intelligence and bravery and stuff like that. So,
but would you say
women that don't find that sexy are...
That's what I was about to ask. Would you say that your women counterparts have the same mindset?
There's a shallowness that happens to a lot of people.
Okay.
I don't know if that has to do with upbringing. I don't know if that has to do with culture. I don't know what it has to do with. But he is correct. There is a lot of women that say people are lame because they're actually more intelligent than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He makes you feel dumb, so that's why you're calling him lame.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. So you would agree that there is a thing happening right now that women look at average men as beneath them and unattractive.
There is a large percentage that's happening, yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to say 50-50, but it's large enough.
All right. And then, but for you personally, you can be with an average dude.
Absolutely.
Yes or no? Yes?
Yeah.
I need a cap. I need a cap button. I need a fucking cap button.
It's true.
I doubt it. But all right. Where can they find you?
Sweetest Things I Never Said, YouTube and IG.
All right. It's your boy Don Jaye. We out. Peace. All right. Gotta hurry up.